in the beginning. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you want more content like this. And leave a comment.
Hey man, Sam man, it's your boy Jaimito, and this is an Act Like You Know video. It's been a while since we made one of these, but hey, I'm gonna do a topic today. I think it's an interesting, controversial topic, and you can put your own comments or whatever in the video below if you disagree or just agree with some of these takes. But I'm doing the most impactful player to their NFL team or most valuable player to the NFL team. I'm not sure what exactly to call it. And this is not necessarily like a list of who I think the 10 best players in the NFL are, because that's not true. Because obviously some teams I feel like have two of the best top 10 players in the NFL, and maybe the 49ers, or it could be the Chiefs or the Ravens. But like, obviously you're going to be most valuable to your team. It probably needs to just be one of you. Like, it's hard to win the most valuable player on a team if you have two MVPs on one team, because they just genuinely take away from each other. Like, you could see it more like, I guess you could see it more like the NBA, where you have like LeBron and Wade on the same team, and it's kind of hard, or LeBron and Kyrie all on the same team, or Stephen, KD, and Draymond all on the same team. So it's kind of hard to give them the MVP. And then sometimes it doesn't necessarily go to the most valuable player in the NBA to the most valuable player to their team. Like last year, I believe this should have went to Shea, but it went to Jokic, and Jokic is the best player in the NBA and the MVP. And I don't really have a problem with Jokic winning the MVP, but I believe Jokic was given it because he's the best player in the NBA, not necessarily he's the most valuable player to his team. I think Shea makes more of an impact to his team, not by much or anything, because Jokic is obviously he's fucking Jokic, but I just feel like for that season, being the youngest NBA team to be, were they the 1 seed? I believe they were the 1 seed, and they were the youngest team in the NBA, and I just feel like his impact to that team. If you take Shea off that team, I don't think they're making the playoffs. But that's neither here or there. We're gonna go to the NFL, and for the NFL, I'm gonna do 1 through 10. I feel like that's the easiest way to go through this. So for number 1, the most valuable player to his team is Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. And I don't want you guys to, first of all, get confused. Like, this is not going to be an entire quarterback list. Obviously, quarterback is the most important position in the NFL and maybe in sports, in a team sports setting. But yeah, it's not just going to be a list of quarterbacks. But Lamar Jackson is obviously the most impactful player to his team. If you take Lamar and put a new quarterback in, if you just take like an average quarterback, we can just name, let's just replace like every person you think about, give him a Gardner Minshew type level player and replace them on that team, like, or in their position, and let's see how they play. So if we would put like Gardner Minshew on the Ravens, this is not. I mean, they can be a playoff team, but you could be looking at a lottery because they had Tyrod Huntley. I think Minshew's better than Tyrod Huntley, but back to Lamar. Lamar Jackson is obviously the most impactful player to his team. He's the best player he's everything for the Ravens. Obviously, the Ravens have a good defense. Past defense has been a little suspect this year, I should say. And but yeah, if Lamar doesn't have a good game, the Ravens aren't winning. If Lamar Jackson has a bad game or a turnover game where he fumbles a couple of times or throws a pick, they're losing. So Lamar Jackson is the be-all, end-all of the Ravens. And I think he's the most impactful, most valuable player to any NFL team. And that's why he's a 2-time MVP, not just because of the stats, but just his impact to the Ravens. So yeah, and I mean, Derrick Henry is good, obviously, but like, Derrick Henry can't win a game alone. He needs Lamar Jackson. I don't think if we just put Gardner Minshew and we just hand the ball to Derrick Henry, like, the Ravens are going to be fine. Like, no, we need Lamar Jackson day in and day out to carry this team to a win. He has to play up to his levels for them to win. Number 2 on this list is likewise. He's kind of like the Allen Iverson of the NFL without his pieces. So he doesn't have Stephon Diggs anymore. And this is Josh Allen. Josh Allen has a bad game. The Bills are going to lose. Their defense is, they're above average defense. James Cook has kind of broken out this year. And his receiving core is not anything to be terrified of. They're not like terrible or anything. They're not like the Steelers receiving core or anything, but like Shakir can't be your number 1 receiver. Like, Dalton Kincaid, he's good, but he hasn't been on his rookie level. He's not he's not like hooping like Sam Laporta. Obviously, Sam Laporta has a lot more weapons around him, but you know, yeah, Josh Allen's the be all end all, whether it's with his feet or throwing the ball, playing like a video game. Basically, doesn't give up on play. Very Brett Favre-ish in that way, and he's always on the field. I don't remember the last time Josh Allen's missed a game, even when he had the sprain in his throwing elbow. I think he went out there the next week. But Josh Allen is like Lamar, the be all end all for the Bills. Nothing moves without Josh Allen. Number 3 on this list, I know I said it was going to be a quarterback list, but you got to put the current GOAT in this list. And at number 3, we have Patrick Mahomes. Now, obviously, I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. I think he's the best player in the league. But I think Patrick Mahomes has something that these 2 other players don't. One, you don't have Andy Reid. Andy Reid is the best coach in the NFL right now. He's the best offensive mind maybe ever in the NFL. I think he is the best offensive mind ever in the NFL. And I think that makes Josh Allen's job easier. He has a good offensive line. Even though they get away with a lot of holding, it's still a good offensive line. He might not have the weapons outside that he used to have, but you still have Travis Kelce, who's going to perform when the time is needed for him to perform. Pacheco got hurt this year, but they usually have a good run game, and he excels to his level. And I also think that his defense has come along this year. So, I mean, if I put Minshew out of all 3 of the teams that we just named the quarterbacks, if I put Minshew on any of the teams, the Chiefs are going to have he will fare better on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs will have more success than the Bills and the Ravens will if I just replace all 3 quarterbacks with Minshew or Minshew-like level quarterback. I think the Chiefs will obviously have the best levels of success, and that's why he's number 3 on my list. Not to devalue the greatness of Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't want anyone to get that confused, but just for this, Patrick Mahomes is less valuable to it doesn't even sound right saying it, but like to his team than Lamar and Josh Allen are to their team. Not to say that they're better than Patrick Mahomes. Don't get like they're not better than Patrick Mahomes. No one's better than Patrick Mahomes. But if you get what I'm saying. Number 4 on this list, the first non-QB first non-offensive player. This is a defensive player, TJ Watt. TJ Watt is the best defensive player in the National Football League. He is a game record. To put it plain and simple, the Steelers would rather lose their starting quarterback than they would TJ Watt. They would rather lose Justin Fields. They might rather lose Justin Fields and Russell Wilson before they lose TJ Watt. We'll start the 3rd string. Just let TJ Watt stay completely healthy and 100% for the entire year. TJ Watt, when the Steelers play without TJ Watt, they are 1-10. They are 1-10 without TJ Watt. The defense is still good without TJ Watt. And they have pieces. They have Minka. Minka, Joey Porter's a solid DB. They got some other solid DBs. I don't want to say it is Highsmith. Highsmith's a good edge rusher, but is that just because of he played without TJ Watt too, so he was getting off. But obviously TJ Watt makes things a lot easier. You have to game plan for TJ Watt. TJ Watt can destroy a whole game plan. He's damn near at the levels of his brother JJ Watt. So TJ Watt, number 4 on this list. Number 5 on this list, non-QB, we got Justin Jefferson, best receiver in the game. It doesn't matter who his quarterback is. He's always open. He's going to affect the game. He's going to get his stats. He's going to change the game. Just find a way to get Justin Jefferson the ball, and we will be okay. It's just like I just feel like he's the biggest security blanket for any team. Obviously they got some pieces, and they've had pieces. They got Dalvin Cook this year, but and they got TJ Hawkinson, but TJ Hawkinson's been hurt. So Justin Jefferson is he's one of one. He's at Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice is too much, but he's at those type of levels. He's unstoppable, and he's obviously, and there's a reason why he's breaking records to be the youngest to break this record. Justin Jefferson is number 5 on this list. Number 6 on this list, and I wasn't going to put anyone on the 49ers on this team, but just speaking defensively, this guy is Luke Kuechly. This is the Luke Kuechly of the NFL right now. Fred Warner is the best defensive quarterback in the NFL. He just affects the game just on a game plan, like an intellectual level, puts all his guys in the right spot, and obviously what he can do on the football field. Fred Warner is number 6 on this list for me. The heart and soul of the 49ers. Obviously, you got all those pieces on offense, and you got Kyle Shanahan and everything. But if I honestly feel if Fred Warner's not playing linebacker for the 49ers, I think they would get exposed. I think they would get exposed defensively. And unfortunately, I might discredit like Nick Bosa and all of them, but I think Fred Warner does a great job of quarterbacking all of them into positions where they can also be successful. Number 7, we have a second-year player. I think he's the only second-year player on this team, and that is CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud has completely changed. Not, I don't want to say completely changed because there's been seasons where the Texans have been good, obviously, with Deshaun Watson and just other years. Obviously, with JJ there, they used to go to playoffs. But CJ Stroud, I mean, it doesn't matter what key pieces he seems to lose. Like Joe Mixon get hurt, Nico Collins get hurt, Tank Dell gets hurt last year. He's still going to hoop. And if he does have a bad game, the Texans are most likely going to lose because they're a pass-heavy team. So, to CJ Watt, he's going to be number 7 on my list. Number 8 on my list, this is going to be probably my most controversial one, just in terms of the team. But I got to say his name, A.J. Brown. And I'm not even the biggest A.J. Brown fan. But A.J. Brown, I'm seeing that when A.J. Brown's on the field, it completely changes how, like, dynamic and explosive the Eagles offense is. It makes Jalen Hurts 10 times better of a quarterback when AJ Brown's on the field. Like if AJ Brown's not there, like for lack of a better word, they just don't hit the same. The Eagles offense don't hit the same. They can have Saquon there, they can have DeAndre Swift, they can have the best O-line in football. And it's like them boys don't hit the same. Now the only person that I might replace AJ Brown with on this team, and this is going to be my first lineman, is Lane Johnson. When Lane Johnson doesn't play, the Eagles don't win. I think they have a less than 30% chance of winning. But I think also it's been in combination with like AJ Brown being hurt. I just feel like when AJ Brown's on the field, it makes them more explosive. It gets Devontae Smith better open looks. It opens up things for Saquon. AJ Brown is the key piece. If like before AJ Brown came, Jalen Hurts was a number 15 quarterback. AJ Brown comes now. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback in the league. AJ Brown gets hurt last year. Jalen Hurts just turns back average. Not average. Like people are saying, oh, he can't beat the blitz or whatever, and he can't throw up the jump ball. Like I don't know, man. AJ Brown is one of them guys for real. And you saw it. He got hurt again this year, and people are like, Jalen, what's going on? Jalen comes back against the Browns, and you see it, touchdown right away. But yeah, I got AJ Brown on this list. Now we could replace him with Lane Johnson, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I think AJ Brown is the most impactful player. I think when you're just watching the Eagles on offense, and that if you disagree with that, I understand. But I that's who I got. Number 9 on this list, we got Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill would have been higher, but it don't. And this might not be Tyreek Hill's fault. This could be just a scheme fault or just terrible quarterback play. But when Tua is out, he don't put up the same numbers as he normally does when Tua is not in there. It's not like it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. He's about to hoop, like I feel with Justin Jefferson. But Tyreek Hill is still one of the top 5, top 3 wide receivers in the NFL. But I don't know, man. I don't know. When Tua's not there, it just doesn't. His impact is not felt as much. Maybe it's easier to game plan because they can't. They're not about to take the top off. But I mean, maybe they're just getting the wrong quarterback there in Miami. Maybe they need to go find someone that can take deep shots for Tyreek Hill if Tua gets hurt. Maybe they should have won and got Joe Flacco, and we could still see the effects of Tyreek Hill. But I don't know. It just kind of diminishes when Tua is not there. And but Tyreek Hill, obviously, he's completely changed to his trajectory of his career because he was on and then Tyreek comes and now they're one of the best offenses they were the best offense in the National Football League. Obviously, when it gets cold, that's a whole nother subject. But hey, Tyreek Hill definitely on this list. Number 10, it's a toss-up, honestly. I had Michael Parsons, but I'm starting to think And this might just be a homer pick because I watch a lot of Jets football. I'm a Jets fan. Just give it away. But Aaron Rodgers, if Aaron Rodgers is not playing, obviously the Jets are not going to win. Michael Parsons, if he's not playing the defense still can get run all over. That's the problem with having Michael Parsons on the like the defense is still going to get ran all over. And sometimes it just feels like Michael Parsons is just not affecting the game like he should be. Like you go back to some of the playoff games, like it's like where's Micah? Like Micah's supposed to be this TJ Watt level type of player, Miles Garrett type of player that just destroys game plans. And sometimes you don't really feel that, but when he is on, Michael Parsons is everywhere. And I don't know if I don't want to say it's an effort thing because I see Michael Parsons get effort, but sometimes he just get bullied, especially now you going up against Trent Williams. Not a lot of people have success against Trent Williams, but you can move Micah everywhere. He's played linebacker. You can move him everywhere. And maybe that's the Cowboys not using him right, but I don't know. But that's my top 10. We got a tie at 10. Some honorable mentions, Matthew Stafford, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett unfortunately can't be on this list because his impact's not felt because his offense sucks. And that's because of one man and one man only. Deshaun Watson, unfortunately. I had some other honorable mentions, but I'm drawing a blank on them. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Leave a comment. If you hate my take, then say that. If you like some of my takes, then say that. But I hope this can be an open conversation and maybe we can expand on it in the future. But that's it for today's video. Yeah, peace.